Welcome to the Funko Files, a podcast created by a fanatic for fanatics. Hey, what's happening, fanatics? Welcome to the Funko Files. This is a podcast dedicated strictly to Funko, Funko products, and Funko fanatics. I'm your host, Austin, and this is now the 5th episode of the podcast. I wanted to kick things off with a pop review. This morning I was lucky enough to come across a few Walmart exclusive unmasked Kylo Rens. So I used, just so you guys kind of know what I used BrickSeek, so BrickSeek.com. To look these up. It basically taps into the Walmart's inventory, and I was able to find them through there using the ID code and UPC code for the item. So you can find those item numbers on the Funko Fanatic boards, or I'm sure if you just Googled them, they would pop up there as well. So if you're wondering how to find them faster and save some time for you, I would definitely recommend using BrickSeek. Yes, gosh. And go to that website because it was very, very helpful for me. So we'll go ahead and I'm just going to do a quick review on this Kylo Ren pop because he is awesome. So let's get right into it. So first off, they nailed his hair on this pop. Very, very Adam Driver. His hair is definitely very, very detailed. The way that you can almost see every strand on his head. So they did a really good job. Like, that's the main thing on this pop, really, is they kind of had to get that right, and they nailed it with the hair. With the hairline is perfect. The sculpt of the head and the hair is perfect. They really just got everything perfect with this pop as far as the head sculpt goes, so I'm really, really impressed with that piece. The paint job, and I got 3 of these, and the paint job on all 3 is really, really good. Sometimes that hairline leaks into the head of the pop onto the skin, and this has very minimal, maybe just slightly a few like black spots that have leaked just a little bit on the hairline, which is not really that noticeable at all. But I mean, if you're super critical about that type of thing, it might bug you. But for me, you know what? It comes with pop territory. These, again, you got to remember, are $9 toys, so they're not going to have the best of paint jobs on them, but it's still overall really, really good quality. Again, it's kind of the same body of the other Kylo Ren, very detailed. He's got the ridges on his arms, like his cloth ridges on his arms. His gloves are kind of like a shiny metal. And his lightsaber obviously is the dual ends of the sword lightsaber, with kind of that sporadic light waves that come out of his lightsaber. His robe is very, very detailed as well. It's kind of got that herringbone mesh type of stuff going on in the body of his robes. His belt is kind of a shiny metal color as well. His boots are awesome. Very, very shiny. Just a really, really good sculpt on this all the way around. It's an awesome pop. Now I have all 3 Kylos, him unmasked, unhooded, and then hooded Kylo Rens. So very, very cool. I'm glad to add this one to my collection. He's going to look great with the other 2, excuse me. So yeah, just a great pop altogether. So if you guys can pick this one up, I definitely recommend it. Just be patient. They're starting to come out in your local Walmarts, so be patient. Just because you can't find one today or even this next week, they're still rolling out. So don't pay those high eBay flipper prices. Just be patient with this one, okay? All right, so that is the review on Kylo Ren. Let's go ahead and I'm going to do another. I liked doing the other, and I think I got some good reviews on doing the top 10. So I'm going to do another top 10 on this segment here. We're going to do the top 10 glow pops in Agent AA's collection. So Let's start again just with number 10 and work our way down to number 1. So number 10, and these are the ones that I currently own. So this is based off of my collection, not off of what's out there, because there probably would be some other ones that I would put in the top 10 altogether, but these are what I currently own and that are in my collection. So number 10 is glow-in-the-dark Darth Vader. Number 9 is my Glow Emperor. So you got 2 Star Wars right out of the gate. Number 8 is my Glow Michael Myers, and this was again the Chase version. So he's probably pretty hard to find now because I don't know if they're even making Michael Myers. He actually might be a retired pop now. They might still be making him, so maybe there's still some Chase pieces out there. But that is my number 8. Number 7 is the Glow in the Dark Hot Topic Frankenstein. Also a very, very cool pop. Number 6 is the Glow Batman, and this was a pop that came in, I believe, a gaming bundle, like I don't know if it was a Wii game. Actually, it might have been like a 3DS game, a Nintendo 3DS game, and this one came in a box set with that. So this one's also kind of hard to find now because I don't know if there's any of those sets out there. I actually took mine out and just put them in a Batman box. Because I didn't really want to display the game, so I took mine out and put them in just an '01 Batman box. My number 5 is the glow-in-the-dark Billy from Saw. Again, another really, really great pop. This was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive in 2014, I believe. Was limited to 200 or to 2,500 pieces, and he's really, really cool. He's got blood splattered all over him, plus glow in the dark. And when you throw blood splatter and glow in the dark, of course, it's going to make my top 5 there. So number 4 is the glow in the dark Yoda. This was another one that is really, really cool. I'm so glad they made. They're actually calling it the Spirit Yoda, which makes sense because Yoda shows up as in spirit form a couple of times in Return of the Jedi. And this was a Walgreens exclusive. Number 3, which made my other number 10 last week for my top 10 favorite pops altogether, is my glow-in-the-dark TMNT 4-pack. This was, again, an Amazon exclusive. These turtles look awesome. It totally makes sense that they glow. I just love the way they look in this 4-pack. Again, I can't say enough about this 4-pack. Number 2 is the glow-in-the-dark White Ranger, so another one that makes my number 10 for glow pops, and that was in my number 10 for all around favorite pop. And then my number 1 top favorite glow pop, and this just isn't in my collection, this is probably out of all the glow pops that exist, is my glow in the dark Darth Maul. He just looks super awesome lit up at night. If you have a chance to get your hands on one of these Darth Mauls, or even just to see it in person, they are so awesome lit up. And I think what makes it the best glow is because obviously he glows really well, but the lines that are in his face just look super cool in the dark, like because the lines of course don't glow, but the rest of his body does. So those lines really start to stand out when it glows. So it's just, even me explaining it is not enough. Like, it doesn't do it justice. You got to see this one in person. So that definitely, to me, is the number 1 glow pop all time, not just in my collection. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. So the next segment here I want to share, it really kind of touched at my heartstrings a little bit this past week, and just, you know, kind of brightened up my day. And I want to share it. It was something that happened on the Fanatic boards, the Fanatic forum this past week, and I want to share it with you guys just because it's such a great story, and it really kind of it shows how much it really is a community, this Funko community, and people are, I'm constantly seeing Funko love all the time on the boards, and even through the Facebook groups, people just helping other fanatics out. And so I wanted to showcase this particular situation that happened, just because it really kind of does show that Funko love. So this post was from Jason Legacy, and I'm just going to read it as follows. So a few days ago, Alex, ex Maldi Golax, a person I would consider a friend and a great fanatic, sends me a message saying that I am basically going to be mad at him, yada yada yada. I thought this dude was about to send me some NY sewer rats or something. He straight up tried to torture me for days with this package. Evilest of man. Ha ha ha. Well, today the package arrived, or two. I knew what was in one of them, but the other I had no clue. Well, I opened it up and was completely blown away by the contents that were inside. I mean, it was beyond anything imagined it would be. This man completely knows that I'm a huge Masters of Universe fan, especially the man himself, Skeletor. So this is what ends up inside the box. And he showed a picture, and basically it is the Freddy proto of Skeletor wobbler. So it's a Freddy Skeletor wobbler, and it was the prototype of that. Now I saw this prototype go up on sale, I think it was about a week and a half ago, and even I was almost tempted to buy it. It's a really, really cool looking proto. If you haven't seen pictures of it, go onto the boards and look at that. But it's very, very awesome. So then he goes on to say this proto is simply amazing, and other items in the picture are just added for no reason. So he put some other Skeletor pictures on there, but you can tell he was obviously super stoked. Just a great story. So thank you, Jensen Legacy, for sharing that, and a big congratulations to you. And then super props to Alex. Very, very cool of you, man. Job well done, my friend. Very, very cool. Was really happy to read that story, and I'm glad that you guys gave me permission to go ahead and share this on the podcast, because super pops. All right, so as many of you know, or may not know, Toy Fair is coming next weekend. Yay! Now, Toy Fair is the biggest convention, and it's not really a convention, it's more of a kind of where like Funko and a whole bunch of toy companies like Hasbro go, and it's like basically like it's like an exhibit for professional toy companies to come and sell basically their product or show their product to potential buyers, right? So it's not really a convention that myself or you would go to. It's more for the toy industry, professionals, and then those companies that will be purchasing those toys throughout the next year, right? So Funko is always there, and Funko will be there again this year, displaying all of their new and most of their new products that will be releasing this year, and a lot of the stuff we haven't seen before. So it's a very, very exciting time, obviously, especially for Funko fans, because we get to see all of the new releases now that we can anticipate. And it sounds like there's going to be a couple of new lines coming out from Funko again this year. So I know last year, of course, we got the Vinyl Idols line that was announced, the Dorbs line that was announced last year. So I'm super excited to see what they're going to be announcing this year. There's going to be some fanatics that will get a chance to go there, so I'll be kind of in touch with them. I know that Glow Funko Freak will do his interview, hopefully with Brian again this year, that he's done before in the past. So I'll kind of give you some highlights from that interview once he posts that video. So next weekend will probably just be a podcast mainly dedicated to the new items and Toy Fair altogether as a whole from Funko. So very, very excited for the next episode. So the anticipation is super high for that. So hopefully you guys join me for the next podcast when I'll be announcing what some of the cool things that Funko has released. So kind of along that same lines, this was a huge week for the latest Funko release announcements. And first up, we have Harry Potter exclusives for the Wave 2. So if you remember last episode, I just discussed the Wave 2 Harry Potter pops that were coming out. These are now the exclusives that have been announced by Funko. And we get 4 of them so far. that were announced. So first we have Draco Malfoy in his Quidditch Slytherin uniform, which looks really, really awesome. That is going to be a Hot Topic exclusive. We also have Cedric Diggory in his Triwizard uniform, which is also another Hot Topic exclusive. We get a Sorting Hat Harry. So it's basically Harry sitting on a chair with a sorting hat. The sculpt on this looks amazing. This will be a Barnes & Noble exclusive. And then we get a Neville Longbottom, which is a Barnes & Noble pre-release. So the pre-releases basically just means that you can get them at Barnes & Noble before any other store gets them. So it's not technically a Barnes & Noble exclusive, but it'll be a Barnes & Noble first. So it's just the regular Neville Longbottom, but he'll be released first at Barnes & Noble. So all of these are expected to hit the stores in March. So be looking out for those next month. Next up we have some Dorbs. Alice in Wonderland Dorbs. We get Alice, Cheshire Cat. We get a Chase version of Cheshire Cat. Oh my gosh, tongue twister. We get a Mad Hatter and the Red Queen, and these all have a March release date, and these are based off of the new kind of Tim Burton Alice in Wonderland, so kind of those big heads which fit perfect for Dorbs. If you haven't seen them, go look on the Funko board or on the Funko blog. They look amazing. We also get some Disney Pop Descendants that are coming to stores near you in May. Now I don't follow Descendants at all, so I can't really speak to these, but they look cool. I just have not followed that show at all. We also get Batman vs Superman Mopies. Those will be released in March. And remember, the Mopies is the kind of the plush line for Funko. And then we also get some DC Pop pins, and those are out now, so you can start be on the lookout for those DC Pop pins now. You get Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. I believe I saw an Aquaman in there, so those pins look really, really cool if you want to start collecting those. I already have a ton of pins, so might as well add to some of mine that I've already been collecting. We also get a couple of vinyl idols that I'm really, really stoked for. We get a Walter White in his Chem Lab suit, and a Patrick Bateman from American Psycho. Both of these sculpts look amazing, especially the Patrick Bateman. He's got like his, if you've seen the movie, he's got like his, what is it? I'm like at a loss for words now. Poncho. He's got like his clear poncho on, and he's holding his axe. It looks very, very cool. Excited for both of these. So both of these are expected to release in April, so be on the lookout for those. And then last we have American Horror Story Pop Series coming in March. This will be the hotel series that is out right now, or that has just finished up. I'm not sure if it's finished up. I think it's done, but those are coming in March, so be on the lookout for those. Alrighty, so it is now time for the Fanatic of the Week. So this week's Fanatic chosen is Chad Fulp. So let's go ahead and read a bit about Chad. So this is what he had to say kind of on his description here. I collect almost all of the Pop and Mystery Mini lines. I currently have about 500 Pop. Wow, that is awesome, Chad. I don't know where you put them all. And around 300 Mystery Minis in my collection. Needless to say, I'm running quite low on wall space. Yeah, I would imagine, buddy, because I have just over 300 and I'm out of wall space. So I've been collecting for about 4 years now. And he just goes on to kind of show some pictures. He's got a pretty epic Deadpool collection. I definitely recommend going on the Funko blog and clicking on Fanatic of the Week and go look at his collection. His Deadpool collection is really, really cool. So if you can get a chance, go check that out. So a big congrats to Chad on being our Fanatic of the Week. Remember also, if you want to be the next Fanatic of the Week, you can apply by going to Funko.com and looking for the Fanatic of the Week icon on the blog. Okay, so we've come to the last segment of the show, which means it's Funko Fact time. I just found out this a week ago, actually, so this is kind of going to be a fun Funko fact, that there were plans to make a Punisher wobbler. Now, this, if they made this, this would have been my favorite wobbler, because I am, if you know me, I'm a huge Punisher fan, and I actually have a Punisher tattoo. And so this was actually announced by Brian himself back in late 2009, and was saying that there was going to be an early 2010 release. Obviously, it was never produced, but that's just some kind of history there with that there was supposed to be a Punisher wobbler. So I'm hoping, and here's the hoping, that one will be made in the future. Now, I can't guarantee, or I'm not getting this from any source. I'm just hoping that there's going to be one in the future. And the reason I'm hoping that is because Brian also announced that there will be a new look and feel to the Wacky Wobbler line. So I'm hoping with this new look and feel that we'll get to see that in Toy Fair, and maybe they're going to announce some new characters with that line, and I'm just hoping that one of them is the Punisher. That's just my personal opinion. So cool. All right, so really quickly, I wanted to tell you guys too that I am doing a Funko Files podcast giveaway. I'm giving out a Barnes & Noble exclusive Finn, a Walgreens Green Goblin, and an unmasked Kylo Ren. So this contest ends February 10th, so you only have about 3.5 more days here to apply for this contest. You do have to be a board member to enter, so head on over to the FunkoFanatic.com forum, and you can sign up to be a board member there, and then you can read the rules and qualifications for my contest, because that's where all of the contest is posted. But yes, you do have to be a board member, so head on over there if you want to enter into the Funko Files giveaway. Really cool contest. That's 3 exclusive pops that I'm sending out to the winner. So you can't really beat that, because they're pretty hard to find pops. So alright guys, that is it for this episode of the Funko Files. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, your feedback and suggestions are welcome. Thank you so much for the support, and remember, have fun. Agent AA out.